You want to lead us into our widget?
Yeah, so one of the things we like to do on the show and wrap up every time is give you a little widget. We call it the Whissel Widget of the Week, and this is something that we're utilizing in our business to either create more time or create more income for us. We are all about time. Is something I personally obsess over. And money is something we tend to like a little bit too. So we always want to share a little something we're using in our business. Brian, what are you going to share with us today?
So today, it doesn't save me time or money, so that's great. I wanted to go a little bit deeper. If you have a videographer and they're either watching or they're not, send this to them. But the thing that I chose really sheds some light on a lot of different situations. And what that is it's one of my new lights. So I got this on Black Friday. I got 2 of these lights. We're actually using it in the podcast studio now. If you are on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. I'm about to turn it on and off. But this is a really bright light. I got 2 of them. It's called the Clar Illumi Max 300, something like that. So I got 2 of these lights and a couple modifiers, right for about $1,100. And what's really great about these is they're super bright. They're good. They're okay during the day, but they're great as light gets darker. And we used it in the podcast studio to see, kind of just bouncing it off the wall to bring in more light. So if you're watching on YouTube, obviously the light is on now. Let me see if I can. That's with the light off, which it doesn't look all that good here, but when you look at it on the camera, it's a big, big difference. So having that light on or off has, it just makes it a higher quality production.
Could we use it for Rembrandt lighting?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, we should do that.
Okay.
All right, guys, my widget of the week. This is something that I think every realtor should invest in. And this is a service that connects to your Gmail and helps you remember things, because us realtors tend to forget things quite often. And when I say forget things, it could be I sent somebody an email and I forget to make sure they follow up. Make sure that if I send somebody a counter, that they actually got the counter and respond back to me. This service can allow me to send an email and say, if this person does not reply to my email, automatically remind me in an hour, remind me in 2 hours, remind me in a day, remind me in a week if they don't reply, which is awesome because especially let's say you're submitting an offer. Like if I submit an offer and I ask the agent to confirm receipt and they don't confirm receipt in 4 hours, I'm going to call that agent and say, hey man, just want to follow up, make sure you got the offer. All right. The last thing you want to do is submit an offer for your client and realize the agent never saw it. So you could use it for stuff like that. Another thing I love with this service is that when I get in a zone with emails, I love to just lock in and crush as many as I can. And I learned this when I was doing my test prep many years ago, is they tell you to just draw a line on like the right-hand quarter of the page. And as you're going through the test, answer everything that you can. If any question takes you more than 10 or 15 seconds to answer, just write that question number down on the side, come back to it later. You've got to get in your zone. Just like when you're playing basketball, you get in a zone. The last thing you want to do when you get in your zone and you're playing basketball is go sit down on the bench. Like when you're in that zone, you're in rhythm. You're just making shot after shot after shot. You don't want to break your rhythm and shut it down. So this allows you to do that with the email where you're going through. Or you're like, oh man, that's going to take a little time to digest. Like for me, that's more than 2 sentences because that's about as much as my attention span holds. So if I see something in more than 2 minutes, I can actually say, hey, send this email back to me in an hour, or send it back to me this afternoon or tomorrow morning. So the service that I use to do this is called Boomerang, and Boomerang connects directly to your Gmail account and is an absolute game changer.
Excellent.
So,
and is it free? Does it cost?
There is a free version, and then there's paid versions as well. So just depending on how frequently you use it, it depends if you can get away with the free version or not. I cannot because I use it probably 30, 40 times a day.
Yeah, and it's pretty inexpensive. I think it's a couple bucks a month, 4 or 5 at most.
It's very reasonable, yeah. So check it out, Boomerang for Gmail. All right, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. Again, if you want to subscribe to the show, you can do that via thewhisselway.com. That'll connect you with both the podcast and the YouTube channel. And if you have questions that you want to have us answer here on the show, you can always do that on our Facebook group, which you will be connected to via thewhisselway.com. And if you guys are enjoying the show, give us a little thumbs up on YouTube, write a comment, let us know what your takeaways were. Or if you're listening to the podcast, give us a little rating on there as well. That stuff really helps us out so that more people can learn about the Whissel Way podcast. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys got some value out of the show. Brian?
That's it.
That's it.
Adios.
Thanks for tuning in. Wait. Before you leave, I want to share some more tips and tricks that we're using in our business to take it to that next level. Just click right here. And don't forget to subscribe. Click right here.